Good evening, children. I hope everyone are doing fine. Let us continue with the chapter 6, Tissues. In our previous class, we studied about simple permanent tissue. So in today's class, let us study about complex permanent tissue under the topic permanent tissue. So let us begin. As we know that permanent tissue are of two types. One is simple permanent tissue, which is made up of one type of cells, wherein second type is complex permanent tissue, which are made up of more than one type of cells. So now let us study in brief about complex permanent tissue. So we know that the cells are more than one type. That is the reason it is called as complex. Coming to complex permanent tissue, we know that these are complex, which means they are made up of more than one type of cells. And these cells are structurally similar, coordinated to perform common function. For example, in humans, we have circulatory system. This circulatory system will transfer all the food and water throughout the body through blood, isn't it? Same way, even there is a conducting tissue in case of plants. These complex tissues are also called as conducting tissue or vascular tissue. Let us study in brief about complex permanent tissue. Complex permanent tissue are of two types. One is xylem and another one is phloem. First, let us study about xylem. Xylem is a tissue which carries water and minerals from the roots to the various part of the plant. And movement in case of xylem is unidirectional. It moves in one direction, that is upward direction. When root absorbs the water and minerals from the soil, it takes upwards. And that is the reason we call it as unidirectional. It moves only in one direction, that is upward direction. Xylem is very hard tissue because of overlap of many substances on the dead cells. So it looks very hard. Xylem is majorly composed of dead cells, which makes it very hard in nature. Xylem consists of four types of cells. One is tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma, and xylem fibers. So these are the four types of cells. Let us see structure and function one by one. First, let us study about tracheids and vessels. These tracheids and vessels are together called as tracheary elements. These are composed of dead cells which are elongated with tapering ends. They together aid in the conduction of water and minerals vertically. As I said, children, the transport of water and minerals is unidirectional, that is upward. That means it moves vertically. You can see it in the picture how tracheids and vessels looks like. And there is one more function of this tracheids and vessels is to provide mechanical support to a plant or a tree. So this is about tracheids and vessels. Now let us study about xylem parenchyma. These are only living cells of xylem tissue. These are mainly responsible for storing food. You can see it in a picture how xylem parenchyma looks like. It has a cytoplasm and nucleus, and these are living cells. And these are mainly responsible for storing food. They also help in transporting water and minerals horizontally, wherein we saw that tracheids and vessels, they transport the materials vertically, wherein xylem parenchyma, they transport the water and minerals horizontally to plant. Next, coming to xylem fibers. These xylem fibers are dead cells which are made up of sclerenchymatous tissue. Usually, it is meant to provide mechanical support. That is the reason trees and plant can withstand rain, wind. Okay, and in a picture you can see how xylem fibers look like. It has a thick wall. Clear, children? And it is made up of dead cells, which is usually meant for a mechanical support. Now let us study about another vascular tissue, that is phloem tissue. So here in phloem, the movement of substance in phloem is bidirectional. That means both upwards as well as downwards. Where in case of xylem, it was only unidirectional, only upward direction, isn't it? But in case of phloem, it is bidirectional, both upward as well as downward. Transports food from the leaves to all parts of the plant. This phloem is responsible for transporting food from leaves to the all parts of the plant. You people know that the food is synthesized in leaf, the part of plant that is leaf, where exactly the photosynthesis occur and synthesizes food. And this food has to be transported to all parts of the plant. How is it possible? It is possible because of the presence of phloem. It transports food from leaves and take that food to all part of the plant. These phloem cells are living cells. They consist of thin cell wall. Phloem is further divided into four types, that is sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. Let us study one by one. Sieve tubes and companion cells. These two are attached with each other. They are together. Both help in translocation of food from one part of the plant to other part of the plant. Sieve tubes lack nuclei. You can see it in a picture. Sieve tubes doesn't have nuclei. All the metabolic activities are controlled by companion cells. These two work together. Next is phloem parenchyma. These are mainly responsible for the storage of food. Whatever the food is synthesized, it is stored in phloem parenchyma. You can notice in the picture where exactly the phloem parenchyma is located. Next is phloem fibers. These are dead cells. So they are made up of sclerenchymatous tissue. So it is a dead cells and it is responsible to provide support to a plant. So this is where the phloem fibers are present. You can see it in a picture where it is located. So children, we studied about complex permanent tissue. Under that, we studied about xylem tissue and phloem tissue, and we know what is the major difference between xylem as well as phloem. So it is very easy concept. Try to remember all the parts, all the types of xylem as well as phloem tissues, and these two are together said to be vascular tissues. Go through it and worksheet will be sent along with this video. Do solve it. See you all. Have a good day.